Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The LoDown. I'm your host, Lo, aka NeroTheHero, and this episode is actually going to be a companion, or kind of like a sequel, or a part 2, if you will, to the small channels discussion episode that we had previously. I just kind of wanted to get on and just kind of do a full-on ramble, because it's been a while since I've legitimately rambled on about something for, a good solid 20 or 30 minutes. So yeah, let's get right on into it. First of all, what actually makes a small channel small? I mean, on an objective level, it's clearly your sub count. If you have less than, a certain amount of subscribers, then you're considered small. At what point are you no longer a small channel? I don't really know. I'm not too sure. But with YouTube's new guidelines as far as monetization, I mean, it seems like to them, in order to be even considered not small, you would need at least 1,000 subscribers. So, I mean, just based off of that, just based off of YouTube's guidelines that they have now set for us, smaller channels, I'd have to say anything over 1,000 subscribers, even if you are over 1,000 subscribers, you're not necessarily a big channel all of a sudden, because, I mean, you can have 1,000 subscribers, but that doesn't mean anything if you only get, 10, 20, or 30 views per video. It's kind of like a mix of all the metrics put together. It's not really one specific metric you need to look at in order to decide whether or not a small channel is small or large. Now, I mean, obviously a channel that has 1 million subscribers is a large channel. But what if that channel doesn't get any views? What if they started off getting views and then they just sort of tapered off after a while? They went from getting thousands and thousands of views to, hundreds, and then it decreases to tens of views. I mean, is that channel still considered a large channel because it has a large sub count, even though it has a low view count? See, these are rhetorical questions. I'm not expecting anyone to have a solid answer. These are just things that we all need to take into consideration when we're trying to figure out whether a channel is small or large or not. Because when it comes to your sub count and your view count, your watch time, all that kind of stuff, those all play a role in the size and the reach of your channel. I guess really, if you wanted to look at one specific aspect of your channel, it would have to be your reach. If you have a very broad reach, and if your videos reach a lot of people and you get a lot of, views, or if you get a lot of watch time, but you don't necessarily have a lot of subscribers, I mean, can you still be considered a small channel, or are you a larger channel because because your reach is so large and vast? I'm going to be asking a lot of rhetorical questions to you guys. So, I mean, if you do feel like answering them, please go ahead. Please chime in the comments below. And I fully welcome all of that, because this is a discussionary type of series, the LoDown is. So don't be afraid to chime in below and just let us know what your thoughts are, because I don't think there's really a 100% right or 100% wrong answer for a lot of these things, because it all just comes down to really the owner of the channel and how they choose to promote their channel and develop it over time. So if you have 1 million subscribers, you're definitely a large channel. And if you only have 20 subscribers, you're obviously a small channel. It's just kind of that in-between point. At what point do you actually cross over into becoming a large channel? That's the part I'm not 100% sure on, but I'm okay with that, because, I just am. Now, as far as whether or not small channels still have a place on YouTube, I think they absolutely do, because small channels, whether you want to admit it or not, they make up a majority of the content that goes up on YouTube. And small channels are what makes up a majority of YouTube's traffic, whether or not it's just somebody just getting 20 views on their vlog video or somebody getting 1,000 views on an unboxing video. It's still content that is being engaged with and watched. So I definitely think small channels very much have a place on YouTube, despite the fact that we are seeing more and more bigger television network companies sort of moving in and throwing their content to the stream. Also, if you think about it, not everyone who logs into YouTube is logging into YouTube to watch the latest video that Jimmy Kimmel uploaded, or whatever big celebrity uploaded whatever video. Me personally, I don't care about that kind of crap at all. And I know there's a lot of you out there that have the same kind of mindset as me, where you don't care about these big networks and what they upload necessarily, even though it's something that gets pushed into our homepage far more than I care for. Even though that still occurs, I'm still seeking out smaller channels, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, full disclosure, I don't watch Markiplier anymore. I don't watch the Game Grumps anymore. And, you know, I'm not even subscribed to either of them anymore because, I don't know, just at some point their content just became a little bit less interesting to me. And I'm not entirely sure why or how, it just did. And so whenever I log on to YouTube, I'm either looking for A, something that one of my friends has uploaded so I can check it out, B, to look for another small channel, whether it be a review or an unboxing or something like that, because I'm trying to discover something new, some new content, or C, I'm logging in so I can upload my own video because, hey, I'm a content creator. So when it comes to small channels and how they relate to each other and how they can interact with each other and stuff like that, I feel like small channels, I've been feeling this way for a very long time, even before the YouTube guideline changes. I feel like small channels need to stick together a little bit more, just in the regard that, you know, you're not always going to get the desired reach that you want to. And really, one of the best ways in order to get more reach and to get more people to watch your content is word of mouth. It's by a recommendation from a real live breathing person, which is a big reason why I started the LoDown, because I feel like a lot of you out there have some really interesting thoughts and I feel like you should be heard. And, you know, I'm not a huge channel. I'm not. I have just under 400 subscribers. I'm not big, okay? But somebody else might look at my channel and be like, whoa, that guy is at such a big channel. He's got 400 subscribers. I only got like 4. You know, it's so on an objective level, this kind of going back to the first point, on an objective level, you can still be a small channel in your own eyes and objectively, but to somebody else, your channel can be massive as far as they're concerned because they see you and where you're currently at, and all of a sudden they're inspired to get where you are. And if they see that you're this small channel, because you obviously started off microscopic. So if you go from 0 subscribers to, you know, 400 and somebody else sees that and they get inspired by it, that's a great thing. That doesn't make me a big channel. It might make me a big channel, like in comparison or relatively speaking, you know, in comparison to like a channel with 50 subscribers, but still, we're at the end of the day, we're both still small channels, and some of us are just a little bit farther along than others, and that's really all there is to it. Which it's just really interesting to me how a lot of my friends can get really caught up in their sub counts, and it's not to the point to where it's like, oh, well, hey, I lost, you know, 2 subscribers. That sucks. I should probably try and figure out a way to, you know, get better reach so I can, you know, extend my videos out and get more subscribers. Instead, I see people who lose 2 subscribers and they're like, oh God, I suck. Oh, I lost 2 subscribers. Like, those 2 people must absolutely hate my freaking guts because I suck and I'm not a good content creator. That is a little bit too much. That's actually way too much. Yes, it's very important to keep an eye on your metrics and to keep them in mind, especially if you want to grow as a channel. But on the other hand, if you're falling into a depression because you lose a handful of subscribers, then, well, I hate to break it to you, but that's part of the game. You're going to lose subscribers. You're going to gain subscribers, you're going to lose subscribers. Some videos you upload may get 5 views, and a video you may upload might get 500 views. But it's not so crucially important to where you need to come down on yourself for losing a few subscribers. And it comes to the point to where you have to decide what things are truly of value to you. I mean, for me, for example, just disclaimer, I'm not perfect, you guys. I'm really not, okay? So just for me, for example, my sub count has fluctuated just over the years. It's fluctuated. And at this point, I've gotten up to just under 400. 398, 399, I don't know, 397, I don't know, something in that neighborhood. So my sub count it's grown and it's shrank, and it's grown a little bit more and then it's shrank a little bit. And these are the kind of things that you need to expect if you're going to be trying to run and manage a YouTube channel. And it's just like any business that you might get into. If you open up a sandwich shop, some days you might sell 20 sandwiches. Some days you might sell 100 sandwiches. Some days you might not sell any. And you just have to roll with these sort of things and not allow them to penetrate your mindset and just demotivate you from even trying. Because once you stop trying, that is when you actually fail. Not when you lose 2 subscribers for God knows why. They could have just been inactive accounts or just bots or something like that. But, you know, it's no reason to lose your motivation, because once you do, that is when you truly fail. Once you give up and stop trying, that is failure. And that is one thing that I really want to get across to a lot of people out there, because a lot of people out there look at their sub counts and they think that it's some reflection of their own personal value. Well, let me just tell you, you need to stop thinking that way, because it's not freaking true. Your sub count does not reflect the quality of the person you are. It's just not, okay? So you need to get over it. This is some tough love from NeroTheHero right now. You need to freaking get over it. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, hey, I lost 2 subscribers today. That's all right. How can I figure out how to gain 4 subscribers tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day? That's references. Anyways, moving right along. It's really important. Metrics are important, but they're not at the same time. They're important in certain aspects, but not in other aspects. So if you are one of those people, and this is another thing, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself and figure out if this is you. If you are somebody who is doing the same thing, if you're that person who logs into YouTube to look at their sub count and, oh, I lost 2 subs, that sucked. You know, it's going to happen. That's basically it. Now that I've told you what not to do, let's talk about some stuff that you probably should do, especially if you want to better your chances at getting views on your YouTube videos. Now, I say better your chances, not just straight up get more views, because these are not end-all be-all strategies that will 100% guarantee 100 views on every video. No, because I'm not going to make that promise to you guys, because it's just not one that I can make. In order to increase your chances of getting more views on YouTube, you have to employ multiple strategies, because there's no one single end-all be-all thing that you should do in order to get thousands and hundreds of views. There just isn't, because YouTube requires marketing. It requires clever marketing, and it requires, it requires a lot of things. And there's just no one end all be all strategy. So these are just some kind of like guidelines, things that have worked for me, that have helped me get more views on my videos, and hopefully they'll work for you guys as well. And in the comments section below, as you guys are listening to this or watching this, please feel free to chime in with your own sort of advice or tips or strategies that you can use that other people might be able to find useful as well. So the first little tip I can offer to you guys is to share your videos in as many social media outlets as possible. Now, some of you out there are already resisting upon hearing that, because I've heard it before. People have told me that, promoting their videos on Facebook is a useless endeavor, and that's why they don't do it. However, these same people have only tried this for like a week or two, and it's not one of those things you just do for a week or two and then stop and expect it to magically work out for you. It's a consistent, conscious effort that you need to employ in promoting your videos and sharing them in order to get a consistent and constant growth, right? You can't expect consistent and constant growth if you're not doing consistent and conscious work. So when you upload a video to YouTube, some of you have probably noticed that on the little side, I think it's on the right-hand side, there's a little box which allows you to input some text and then check a box next to Google Plus and Twitter. So just that right there, that's YouTube telling you, hey, once you're done uploading this video, you should probably share it, especially if you want people to see it. So that's just, that's it right there. So obviously, what I'm saying here is to go beyond that. You want to, sign up for like a free Hootsuite account. because I believe you can have up to 3 social media outlets on your Hootsuite. So you can use that to push out your videos on, other platforms aside from the 2 that YouTube lets you share on. And yeah, there's also other platforms. There's another one known as Agora Plus, I believe. That one, I believe that's a paid service. I mean, Hootsuite can be a paid service too. It will just obviously give you more stuff for that premium that you pay. However, you can just go onto Hootsuite right now and get a free account and start uploading and sharing to up to 3 social media sites today, right now. So I highly suggest you at least open up a new tab and sign up for a Hootsuite account, because it's just something that can help you in the long run, really. And especially the big thing for me is it keeps me from having 3 tabs opening, so I don't have to, copy and paste the same link into 3 different windows, because that's when sometimes I forget, and sometimes I'll just, oh no, I posted it here but not there. Doing it on Hootsuite, it allows you to not only share to multiple outlets, but it also allows you to schedule your posts as well. So that's pretty handy. For me, I like to use the auto schedule feature, because I can just click it and forget about it, and then I know it'll post for me. So share on social media. It will only help you in the long run. The next tip I have to offer you is to curate your content. So to curate something, by definition, means to select and organize things with the intent of ease of convenience of viewing. So when you, for example, if you're a curator in a museum, you arrange the exhibits in a way to where when people walk through the museum, the exhibits are easy to view and they make sense as far as an informational level. You can arrange them by, chronological order of the time period in which the piece was created in, so on and so forth, etc., etc. So I'm not asking you to make a museum with your YouTube videos. What I'm saying is playlists. Make playlists. Especially if you have a series of videos that are similar to one another. If you, of course, a lot of my friends are into the gaming side of YouTube, so a lot of them do Let's Plays. So obviously you want to create a playlist of your Let's Plays. And that just kind of goes for any other type of video though. Your vlogs, if you have certain vlogs that are on a certain subject, if you have certain videos that are on a certain subject, you want to have all your unboxing videos on one playlist, so on and so forth. Because here's the cool thing about playlists. If you share a video, if you're watching a video in a playlist, and if you share that video from within the playlist, if somebody clicks on that video and starts watching it, they're in the playlist already. So guess what's going to play next? The next video in the playlist. Because if you just share a single YouTube link, then YouTube will just send them wherever YouTube wants to. You don't want them to go where YouTube wants to go. You want them to go where you want to go. And by having your videos in a playlist, also, just say, for example, somebody watches your video and is like, oh, hey, that's a cool video. I wonder if this person has any more videos on this game or subject, or if they have a series of videos. And that's a question they won't even need to ask themselves, because, hey, boom, they're already in your playlist. So you've by sharing stuff in a playlist or from within a playlist, that sort of creates sort of a captive audience in a sense, because it means that they can't just kind of go off to wherever after they finish watching your current video that they're on. In addition to a playlist or playlists for your videos, I also highly, highly suggest creating a WordPress blog, because first of all, WordPress is free if you just want to create a simple blog, and you can actually use this to further share your videos. Because what I do with videos that I specifically want to share, with videos that I want to gain more reach, I share them on my blog as well. I share them with the description, I give them the keywords and all that stuff, because my video already has the keywords and stuff like that. So it's being indexed in the YouTube search engine. And I believe it's being indexed in the Google search engine too, because Google and YouTube are pretty much attached. So when I'm doing this with my WordPress blog, it's allowing me to index my content even further, because guess what? That blog post that I'm embedding my video in, it's allowing me to apply tags, and it's allowing me to also, with WordPress, you can actually share it to, I believe it's Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. There might be Google Plus in there as well. I'm not 100% sure, but it allows you to index your content even further. So the more you index your content in the search engines, the more likely it will pull up your content when somebody searches for something. For example, I did an unboxing on the Red Dragon Karura keyboard. And so what I did was I uploaded the video, applied my keywords, Red Dragon Karura keyboard, unboxing, review, blah, blah, whatever. So then I took that video, embedded it into a blog post, and did the same thing. I applied the keywords, and that's one video I actually I feel like I got pretty lucky on, because that video, it was my first really, really high view count video. I believe it was a couple of thousand. I don't really remember exactly how many I got. I just remember looking at this video one day and be like, oh crap, where did all these views come from? And the beauty behind it is, well, there was actually two things that were working in my favor. First of all, proper tagging and sharing of my links and whatnot. But in addition to that, this particular keyboard didn't actually have a lot of content based on it. Or if there was content based on this keyboard, it wasn't tagged properly and it wasn't showing up in search engines or in Google or even YouTube. Because before purchasing that keyboard, I actually had searched for it. I looked all over the place for just like a video or reviews or stuff like that. There weren't a ton of them. And the videos that I found weren't the best of the best quality. So I saw it as an opportunity to, first of all, get a chance to test out this product, even though it was something that I bought myself. It wasn't like it was something that was sent to me, but it was a chance for me to test out this product, see if it was good. And if it was good, I wanted to share that with other people. And even if it was bad, I wanted to share it with other people. And, I just happened to get lucky again. And that video, it happened to get a lot of views. And just on top of that, it happened to be a pretty decent keyboard too. I'm actually still using it today. So there you go. Just, you need to be able to intelligently share your content in as many places as possible without being spammy. You don't want to spam people with your links. Never. Because that will just annoy them. And if you annoy them before they even get on your video, I mean, the chances that they're actually going to watch your video or even listen to what you have to say, that goes down significantly. And on that note, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about mass tagging and DMing your video links to people. So as far as mass tagging, I don't think that you should do it. I don't think that you should do it because, I mean, me personally, that kind of thing I find extremely obnoxious. When you post your video link and you're like, hey everyone, I posted a video, check this out, tag, and you tag like a bunch of people in this tweet, because one of two things are going to happen. I mean, there's some people that are okay with it. I fully respect that. If you're okay with being mass tagged in a tweet or whatever, or in a social media post, that's fine, whatever, do you. However, there are people out there who are not okay with that sort of thing. Those kind of people will ask to be untagged in a conversation, especially if you do it multiple times. If you are seeing that people are asking to be untagged in your tweets, maybe you shouldn't tag them moving forward because maybe they don't like it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there is some degree of, I guess, hubris that comes with owning a YouTube channel, because don't get me wrong, a lot of us make really, really great content. It's just when it gets to the point to where it's like, man, this is so great, I know everyone wants to see it, so they won't mind if I tag them in this tweet. I mean, a lot of the time you might not think you're doing something wrong or that you're annoying somebody. And a lot of the time they probably won't even say anything aside from please untag. So, I don't know. This is kind of like, I guess this is more of a pet peeve of mine, but I know for a fact that other people find this sort of thing annoying too. In fact, if you do find it annoying, let me know in the comments below. Tell me if you do like being mass tagged in a tweet or a social media post. Let me know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Who knows? All I do know is that a lot of people out there consider it spammy, because I've heard this from a lot of people. I've seen people go, oh, this guy DM'd me, keeps DMing me his links and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't like it. I don't want them to DM links anymore. And, really, if you do see somebody that's doing that, then just tell them to not. It's really the only way to get them to stop, because if you don't tell them to, then they're just going to think it's okay. And, for some people out there, it is okay. It's just a matter of you as a content creator being connected with your audience in such a way to where you can know that that's okay with somebody. Like that's the thing that requires you actually communicating and speaking with your audience members or fellow content creators or whatever it is you want to call people. It's just when you're talking to other people out there, it's you get a feel for things that they like, things that they don't, and it's gonna take some work because being social requires work, especially if you're an introvert. A lot of people on YouTube are introverts and they don't really like necessarily communicating or associating with people directly, which is fine. That's all well and good. But if you are an introvert, just kind of treat this as sort of like a way of challenging yourself to sort of step out of your comfort zone in order to connect with your audience. Because the better you connect with your audience, the better of an understanding you'll have of just the type of content that they want to see and how they want to consume that content. If somebody just wants to subscribe to you and click on your videos whenever they upload, whenever they choose to check out your videos to see if you upload something new, they should be able to do that. And if somebody doesn't want to be tagged in a social media post along with 20 other people, because let's face it, a lot of the time those kind of posts end up getting derailed into something else, then you should respect their wishes and not do that. It's a respect thing. And if you respect your audience, they'll respect you. They'll respect you by remaining your audience. Okay, it's time to wrap this up pretty soon, so let's get into my final point. And this is another kind of a broad, sort of generic sort of guideline, but it's very important as well. And that really it comes down to your mindset as far as proceeding forward in YouTube, or really just any sort of field or career or anything like that. And really what it boils down to is not thinking or not convincing yourself that you know everything. Because there's a lot of people out there who I've spoken to who are like, oh yeah, I know everything there is to know about that. Oh yeah, I'm professional at that. Oh yeah, I got this and I got that. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all people, and at the end of the day, we're all imperfect, and there's no way that you can know absolutely everything there is to know about one particular subject. There's people who devote their entire lives to mastering a single field of study or the professionalism or career, and at the end of their life, they still haven't gotten even a fraction of it down. So thinking that you know everything about YouTube, thinking that you know everything about video editing or voice acting or drawing or unboxing or technology, anything, like any subject out there that you feel like that you know everything about, the chances are you know less about it than you think you do. Because here's the thing with being human. We have this innate sort of what is it? It's sort of like an innate desire, if you will, to just pursue knowledge and pursue greatness and always be in pursuit of something better than where we're currently at. That is the sort of mindset that you need to be in. Well, however much you know about video editing, you should be seeking out somebody who knows more than you and learning something that you don't know. Because the more things you do know and the more tactics that you have and the more strategies that you have, the better you'll be prepared for situations that may arise down the road. And yeah, so when it comes to YouTube, I feel like it's something that it kind of goes back to where the whole associating with people and communicating with people and talking to other people out there like they're people, not like they're just some fan of yours or some YouTube subscriber, somebody who patronizes your channel, because that's just kind of insulting. So you just need to be able to talk to people because you never know what you're going to learn. You have to be kind of in that pursuit of, something better or something more than what you currently have. And that is the only way you're truly going to grow. No one's ever gotten better at something by thinking that they're already the best. That doesn't make sense. You can't get better at something if you think you're the best at it. You just can't. And if you think you're the best at it, chances are you're probably not the best at it, because there's always going to be someone out there that's better than you. There's really no end all be all sort of best person at thing X. So That's really, yeah, I feel like this is one of the more important ones, because it's, by doing otherwise, you're just kind of limiting your own growth by thinking that you know everything, thinking that, thinking that you're just some sort of beacon of knowledge that everybody should look to, because chances are you're not always going to have the right answer for every situation. And the only way to do that is by, improving yourself. And again, you can't improve yourself if you don't think you need to improve. You need to kind of get into the mindset of always needing to be able to improve yourself, always pursuing something better. It's part of my freaking sign off, for crying out loud. Take care of yourselves and each other, do something heroic today, demand something better out of life. When I say demand something better out of life, I should probably change that to just pursue something better in life. You should always be in pursuit of whatever it is you want to pursue, whether it's happiness or success or money or just more skills, more knowledge, all that kind of stuff. And that's, by doing that, if you take nothing else away from this video, if you take this last point away, then I'll have done my job. This is sort of a job I've assigned to myself. And, these are all, everything that I'm telling you now, these are all things I've told myself at some point, or somebody else has told me at some point. So again, that just kind of comes back to just talk to people, have conversations. Have a conversation with someone who disagrees with you. Have a conversation with somebody who's going to challenge your thoughts and your ideals and your views, because when your ideas and views get challenged, that's when you start to sort of question the things that are in your brain. And it's just like, oh, well, maybe I don't know everything there is to know about blank. Maybe I should talk to more people and learn more about blank. And yeah, it's just sort of like a whole kind of self-improvement sort of thing. You should always be in pursuit of more knowledge, more skills, more interactions, more associations, more experiences, because you are the sum of your experiences. And, if you have very little to no experiences, you're not going to sum up to very much, because, we are nothing without our experiences. Our experiences are what shape us, and experiences, those all come from doing things and learning things and just talking to different people from all around the world. And the internet is just so awesome because it allows us to do that. So I'm coming up on 40 minutes now, you guys, so I'm going to wrap it up here. But hopefully you guys got something out of this ramble. This was quite a long one, actually. I try to keep these under 30 minutes, but I'm just over. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here, and let's continue the conversation in the comments section below. So I'll see you guys down there. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Do something heroic today, and always be in pursuit of something better in life. This is NeroTheHero signing out. Peace.